Good morning. My name is Mario, and I'm a young dad. I was born and raised in Mexico. I have great memories of growing up there. I miss my sister, my brother, and my parents who still live there. Unfortunately, I may never be able to go back. When I was 15, my family moved to a small town outside Mexico City, and I started attending high school there. I made many new friends at my new school, and Maria was one of those friends. Maria and I started spending more time together, and eventually we started dating. Over the next 2 years, our relationship grew up, and we were very happy together. In my last year of high school, my parents decided to move back to Mexico City. I wanted to stay and graduate with Maria. So at age 17, I started living on my own. Soon after that, we found out Maria was pregnant. I was in shock. I knew I wanted to spend my life with Maria, but we were still young. Maria was scared. She knew her family would be upset, but neither one of us were prepared for what came next. When Maria told her family she was pregnant, they got very angry. Maria's family had arranged for her to marry into a higher class family. Maria's family was relying on that marriage to help them expand their business. Maria told her parents that she wanted to be with me and have her baby. Her family wouldn't hear of it. They wanted Maria to end the pregnancy. They wanted to send her away to Canada to get her away from me. They thought getting rid of the baby and putting some distance between us will end our relationship. We were unable to reason with them and decided to escape to Mexico City, where my parents could offer us some support. Maria's family came after us and tried to take her away. My parents opposed them, and her family flew into a rage. They told us that if Maria didn't go with them and do what they said, they will kill us both. We knew that the threats of violence were very real, and we were in danger. Maria's heart was broken. This was her family. People she loved so much, how could they turn on her? We knew we had to do something before someone got hurt. Maria's sister told her to make the trip to Canada. She offered to pay for the flight and give Maria enough money to live and attend school for a couple months. She thought the distance will calm their father down. Maria agreed to go and left Mexico on a student visa. We thought that once Maria left Mexico, we will have peace. We were wrong. Maria's family continued harassing my family. One day, while I was on my way to work, they attacked me. They beat me. I had to be sent to the hospital. I went to the police to press charges, but nothing was done. My parents were very worried and upset. They decided the best thing was for me to leave Mexico as well. They helped me to get a tourist visa and set off for Canada. When I arrived in Edmonton, I was so relieved to be safe and with Maria again. We were living in an apartment, but neither of us was allowed to work in Canada. We knew that in a few short weeks, we would run out of money and we would be homeless. Maria met a Colombian woman in her English class who after hearing our story, opened her home to us, knowing that we could not pay. We were so incredibly thankful. She referred us to an agency for newcomers that will help us get the prenatal care that we could not afford. They also supported us through the process of applying for refugee claimant status. When Maria went into labor, we rushed to the hospital. I didn't speak any English, and Maria spoke very little. It was challenging to communicate with the doctors, and not knowing what was going on was frustrating and scary. After a long labor with little support, our son, Mario Jr., was born. The nurse placed him in my arms, and it's hard to describe how it felt to hold my son for the very first time. I knew at that moment that everything Maria and I had been through was for him. When Mario Jr. was 1 month old, Maria received some funding, and we were able to find our own place. We stayed in contact with the agency that helped us with the prenatal care, and they referred us to Terra Centre for teen parents. Terra connected both Maria and I to family outreach workers. Our status as refugee claimants had been approved, but we were unsure what that meant. Our Terra workers explained to us that we will now be able to stay in Canada legally, and we were able to work or study. Our Terra workers came to our home and gave us parenting and emotional support and help us with our basic needs like food, clothes, and diapers that we couldn't afford. When I was able to start upgrading at Center High, my Terra worker made sure I had school supplies. When we had no one else to depend on, Terra was there for us. Terra offered us the emotional support we so desperately needed and gave us exactly what we were missing: a family. Maria continued with her English classes and was working part-time, and I was upgrading when our living situation became unstable. We were very lucky that there was an apartment available at Hope Terrace, which is Terra's apartment building for teen parents. We feel so safe and welcome in our home at Hope Terrace. There are Terra's staff on site to talk during the week, and we have been able to make friends with the other young parents in the building. Hope Terrace also offers lots of programs and activities for us and Mary Jr. to attend. Having a safe and stable place to live made it a lot easier for me to graduate high school and to really think about the future. Before I had my son, I had dreams of the future, but no real goals. When Mary Jr. was born, I realized I wanted to be a doctor. With my Terra workers' help, I was able to apply for a student loan, and I am so excited to say that I am enrolled in Grand McEwen University's Bachelor of Science program. I began my studies in January. Maria started upgrading last month and plans to enroll in fitness training program at NAIT. With Terra support, Maria and I have been granted protected person status and can apply to become permanent residents of Canada. I may never be able to go back to Mexico, And I am sad that Mario Jr. is growing up not knowing his grandparents and an uncle. But the support we have received from Terra has helped Canada to make Canada a place I'm happy to call home. I'm so thankful that Maria and I are able to raise our son in a place where we don't have to worry about our safety. And I hope to one day show others the kindness and support that has been shown to us. And I want to say something to my beautiful wife, who is the person that has been always by my side. And she is the one that compels me every day to be resilient. Te amo. Te amo y gracias por estar a mi lado. I am forever grateful. Thank you.